and that is the topic of today's video. I hope you guys are having a great day. Back at it again in the McLaren behind a Tesla Model X dual motor. I haven't seen a Model X Plaid yet. Still waiting to see one of those. But a lot on the Corvette talk today. And I just, again, want to start out some polls in this vehicle. What's going on with the C8R? You're probably wondering, what is the game plan with the C8R? Well, something very big is happening with that car on the channel. Stay tuned for it. It's going to open up so many amazing doors of amazing videos coming out your way. I do want to keep doing more car reviews because it's a ton of fun shooting and producing these videos and working with so many of you. So if you do have a car yourself and you wouldn't mind having it featured on the channel, let me know. If you got a C7 Grand Sport, stuff like that, a CL11LE, let me know. If you have a cool car in SoCal, please hit me up at thespeedphenom@gmail.com on the screen right now. I'm doing these few update videos because I've been kind of off the radar for the past couple days because I've been feeling, under the weather. However, I'm feeling good again. I'm healing. I'm all set and ready to start shooting again. Get back to work. It is tough. It is tough sometimes getting out all these daily videos and going to college. But luckily, we're almost on summer break. I got like 1 week, 2 weeks left, and we're back at it again. I've been hearing the calls loud and clear. We are getting back to the Mustang content. But with that being said, let's do a launch control, shall we? That would be fun, wouldn't it? Here we go. Alright, here we have it. Got the doors up on the Mac, letting it cool down from our fun drive. It's funny because I don't usually do the vertical door live photos, right? But from this angle right here, it looks pretty crazy, doesn't it? Now, if only Chevrolet would add that to like the ZR1, the Zora, the vertical doors. I see why, like the exotic brands, they do it for a reason, because of the way the entire car is structured, is built. By having the door go up, you can sit closer into the center of the vehicle while being able to actually get out and still have a massive side skirt with big doors. That's all what the company's a vertical door vehicle, right? It's like this for a reason because of the structure design of the vehicle. I sometimes see complaints online from people saying how it's too hard getting in and out of the C8 as is. But come on, you're in a proper sports car, supercar, and you just got to deal with it because what the car gives you is just next level. It's so exciting, and that is again what we're talking about today in this video. I don't have the C8R out here with me today because something exciting is going down with that vehicle, so stay tuned for that. But today we're talking all about tires, contact patch, and the secret weapon of the Z06. And I think this car fits much more because this is an actual supercar, and the Z06 is trying to compete against supercars. Coming closely, what do you notice about my extremely dirty, full of brake dust McLaren wheels? Now, if we go at it with an angle, it's bowing out a lot towards the bottom. That is my track camber, -3 degrees. That's gonna help a lot with the Z06. When you look closely, I have the Goodyear Eagle F1 supercar tires. I thought this would be a good match for the C8 because it is like the go-to track tire for literally everyone who has a McLaren right now or a lot of other supercars. But it makes sense for Chevrolet to stick with Michelin because they are partnered with them. Compared to this car, for example, the 600LT, right now I have 305s out back. The Z06 has 345 wide tires. Shut these doors real quick because I don't want any excess attention. And let's get back to the point. Now here's the deal. 345 wide tires, that's the same width that's on, I believe, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. That's insane. There are no other supercars on the market that have tires that wide, and that's gonna make a huge difference with mechanical grip. And what we're looking at today, though, is a brand new graph that Chevrolet released online of showing the lap time performance drop-off between each set of tires. This is the most important thing I think we can analyze right now humanly about that vehicle because It's quantifiable, and it shows us how much of a performance benefit not only the super wide tires give you, but the compounds for which they are built and founded off of. These aren't any ordinary Cup 2Rs. They're like a Cup 2RR in terms of super stickiness for the grip, having multiple different compounds between each rivet or shoulder, I guess you can say. And all that together puts that tire, puts the new Cup 2R on a whole different level than the tires I have on this vehicle right here. Put it this way, as you can see in front of us, the 600LT has 305s again out back. This is an 11-inch wheel. It's the same inch wheel that is on the 720S. Up front, I have 245s. What McLaren does that's different from a Corvette is that instead of putting on a much wider tire, they are pushing out the track, a wider track, which means that the wheel isn't as far in. So they're pushing it further out, giving it a similar effect as a wider wheel and tire. This saves weight, I believe, compared to it, because instead of using all that space to widen your tire, again, you're pushing it further out, doing a balancing act with that side force between each corner. I was talking to a few Z06 engineers, and they're telling me how another reason why they went with such a wide tire is because of the stance, and I have nothing to object about that because that looks so cool. Heavier vehicles inherently do need wider tires versus this is a 2,900-pound car, therefore the tires don't need to be as wide to counteract that weight. But regardless of the weight, the Z06 can still be an extremely fast car, as we see with the SVJ. That car weighs similar to, I think, a Z06, and that car set the production car lap record at the Nürburgring. So please, please don't let the weight shut you down about the Z06. I'm just pointing out how different vehicles fundamentally will be different to own. Now, taking a few steps back again, analyzing the tires. With these graphs, you can see three different lines. The first line is a Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2. The second line is a Cup 2R with a more sustainable amount of grip. And the third line is the softest compound Cup 2R. And you will see this setup on the AMGs again. So the AMG GT Black Series from the factory comes with Cup 2R, which is the more sustainable, harder compound of the two Cup 2Rs available for that car. Then after the fact, you can buy the stickier Cup 2R, which will give you more, better lap times. And with this graph, they actually showed us lap times that are right around like 80-something seconds. Oh, let me go inside actually, because there's stuff flying inside from the trees, and I need to roll up my windows. Let's get the windows up. What I'm trying to say is this right here. The Z06, these three lines represent completely different tires. The first tire is a normal Cup 2 versus that a Cup 2R. Below that is a super sticky Cup 2R. The middle one is basically a harder compound, less sticky Cup 2R. The less sticky and soft your tire is, the longer it'll last. The R compounds that you find in all these vehicles are pretty comparable to a Cup 2. The Goodyear F1s are a little bit faster than a Cup 2 from my experience. So it shows you how just putting those Cup 2Rs on this car alone would jump the lap time 3 to 4 seconds. Same goes for really any other car out there. So this is a huge performance advantage that's really good about the new Z06, is that they have a formulated compound tire specifically designed for that car, where they get an instant performance advantage on really any track because of just how sticky these tires are. That performance advantage will change depending on what lap you're on. What do you notice about these laps? For the super sticky Cup 2R, it shows you how on the first lap, that's your warm-up, once those tires get warm, after that, it's just hot lap. Literally, that's a hero lap. It's what we hear about all the time online. The same can be said for any sort of R compound. So like if I had brand new Goodyears in this car and I went off my hot lap at Laguna, I probably would have dropped 2 seconds, I think, 2 or 3, especially with the right gas. This car comes alive with the higher mixture of octane. So if we got a 132, I think this car can get a 129 with brand new tires, good weather, and good gas. It shows you how when you do lap times, there's so much that's on the line, and you got to make sure that the conditions are perfect, because these tires are optimal during one moment. And for the super sticky Cup 2Rs, that optimum moment is going to be the second lap. After that second lap times, you're going to lose about a second, another second. Over time, end of the session, probably like 3 to 4 seconds slower based on the data I'm looking at right now. The consistent Cup 2R looks much more reliable. That being said, it's not as quick, about a second slower for peak lap time performance, but you are getting more laps out of the tires, that being like 10, 20, before it's really starting to drop off. after like a few track sessions with any car, any set of tire, you're automatically, what, 2 to 3 seconds probably off the ability of your vehicle because of your tires. You can still get fun laps down. It's not all about the performance lap time, which is why lap times like this don't really matter too much. If you're just trying to better yourself as a driver and improve your times, then you got to always make sure to go out when your tires are optimum. It shows you how these tires, yes, they are hero tires. They definitely are. As long as you use them effectively, and I'd say don't put too many miles on them on the street, because you got to realize that the outer grip, the super edgy race car grip, is on the outer few millimeters of the tire, so on the outer edge. So if you do daily drive your vehicle a lot, or put a lot of miles on the street, you are, I believe, going to inherently lose that performance advantage between getting your car brand new from the factory and then getting that optimum lap time. I think for all of you who want to use your expensive Cup 2Rs to the best of your ability, I would say get the car, pull off the tires, put on a different wheel and different set of tires, put on your braking miles, what, 500 to 1500 miles, and then once that's done, get your oil change, and then get on the track. Get the track prep done as well. Once you do that, then you can use the ability of the tire. It just kind of seems like a waste to me having Cup 2Rs and then driving back across the country or something like that if you want to get all the performance out of the car as possible. For the fun, though, for the enjoyment, it's not a waste, because it's a street car first, you got to realize, and you got to drive it, have fun. There's a lot going on. I'm talking super fast because it's so interesting to me. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. The car looks amazing. The lap times are good. 83 seconds, 82 seconds. What could that be? Could that be Willow Springs, about 1 minute 20s for these kind of cars? I think Grattan is as well. What track do you think this 83-second lap time is from? That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So there's a lot of double-edged swords when it comes to going fast in the racetrack, getting good times. My fear is that if the tires do wear pretty quick, from what I've experienced, Cup 2Rs cost about $3,000 to $4,000. They have not announced how much they cost for this car, which is good. The Porsche GT3, they cost about $3,000 to $4,000, and that's for a much skinnier tire. And these are much wider, again, than the Z06. Therefore, will it cost more, or will Chevy get a good discount deal because they build so many Corvettes? That'll be a great question to find out. And if the Cup 2Rs make this much of a difference, it could be even more of a difference than the standard Z07 package, because Cup 2Rs, again, can drop you 2 to 3 seconds per, I think, mile or 2 miles on track. Any track you go to, that can compound. So on Nürburgring, you can gain, 15-20 seconds just off those tires alone. So you could buy a base model Z06, put on those tires if you have the money in your pocket, and then go for some lap times without spending a ton more money on the carbon wheels and the extra aero. Who knows? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. We got to keep waiting for the lap times, the price, and the order banks to open up, and the cars to start production, and the cars to start being built, and the cars to start being ready to ship, and then shipped, and then hitting dealers. There's so many steps left in the process, and we are still super early. I know they started saying spring, but it's almost summer. Is it summer now? I don't even know. This is taking a while. Speed it up, Chevy. Speed it up. Again, stay tuned for much more car review videos. I still like doing these vlog updates and analyzing different news in the automotive media right now. And since we're such big Corvette fans on the channel, we're getting one. We just had to cover it, didn't we? And I know so many of you agree. Thanks again for watching this video. Make sure to hit that like button to help me out, and subscribe for much more great videos coming out your way. I gotta pop up the front end lift and get back on the road, get some gas, and the gas prices keep going up, unfortunately. Very funny to me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.